Hi everyone, my name is Stefy Bau and I am the CEO of Init Esports. I was one of the first women to ever compete professionally in the sport of motocross. I am part of the LGBTQ plus community. When I was growing up, into the sport world, for me, there was never a question. Maybe because I was doing something so off the wall that it was kind of like for everybody, oh, that's just Steffi. One thing I learned in life, in any circumstance, just show up as your authentic self, and you're gonna get that seat at the table, and nobody's gonna question it. But you just have to believe in yourself and who you are. I was about 20 years old in Italy. To be able to have a license to compete in the World Championship, you needed to do a trial. So the Italian Federation were going to send, to the World Championship 5 riders at the time. So to pick these 5 riders was a trial, and the 5 fastest lap times were guaranteed the license to compete and represent your country, in the World Championship. I got the 3rd fastest time. I was like, I made history. This has never happened. This is what I wanted to do since I was a little girl. Finally, here I've done it. 3 days later, I received a phone call from the Italian Motorcycle Federation that tells me, we decided not to send you because you are a woman. I politely say, okay, I'll figure a different way, to do this. And this is the reason why I came to the United States. I saw that there was a big gap in regards to bringing more people and women and minority into motorsport. So I decided to create a company that leverage the part that is digital, like getting people from the digital world to become part of the in real life world in motorsport. And because it's all about inclusivity and diversity and really try to create the critical mass, we decided to call it Init. And the tagline is, are you in it? The idea is like to get everybody to be part of something that they believe in. Sim racing is not so much as a substitution of real racing, but has been another way to try to get more women to achieve what they want in life. I saw my little niece that she was spending 2 to 3 hours a day watching people playing video games. And I'm like, oh my God, what is this? What are these young kids doing? They're taking digital entertainment to a whole different level. 50% of gamers in the world, they are female. My goal is to pick from that and start to show the motorsport industry that we do have the number. We can create that critical mass. Then not everybody is going to become a professional race car driver, but at least we can expose the sport. And by exposing more talent and more diversity, we can only grow. I'm like, okay, there has to be a way to get more kids involved with what they love without, having to spend so much money to get involved with it. So that's how I made the bridge and how I made the connection.
Women are better represented in esports. In motorsports, there's less than 3%, whereas in esports, it's almost pretty equal. So we talked about how can we reach into that group of youth and help them understand a little bit more about true motorsports. And the thought was, let's have a Kelly Moss sim racing team.
The very cool part about sim is that it's relatable. So it's not that difficult to convince the parents. Right? So if a kid wants to play on the sim, the parent will understand what that is compared to other games out there that are more fantasy based. Sim is fun. It teaches you a lot of skill. It can teach you like STEM, like you can learn math and physics on that.
We believe that the reason that there are so few women in motorsports is because there are so few women in motorsports. And what I mean by that is, if you don't see that on a subconscious level, you never take that moment and think, this is a possibility for me.
The very first thing we created was Race Me. So Race Me had the goal to bring 6 different athletes from 6 different sports to play on a sim. We all had a great time, and I demonstrate that with a digital way of entertainment, you can have more women to want to be part of something. With Init Esports, what we really care about is try to always create something different. So there are already many competitions out there, so we came up with the idea to do something that has never been done before. So screen to speed comes screen from the digital world to speed in real life world. So what we are doing here is really capture the attention, the millions of gamers that are worldwide, and give them an opportunity to get involved with motorsport at a fraction of the cost.
What we're looking to do with Screen to Speed is to raise awareness about women in motorsports, to have a fun way that they can see how to participate, and to start to have the dialogue about all of the different careers that exist in motorsports. So we have strategists and we have engineers. We have engineers that are looking at data. We have people that are focused just on the tires. We have so many different arrays of staffing levels. 99% staffed by men. And so the hope is that we can show women the fun, and there's a lot of fun that happens on the racetrack, and bring them in by just showing that as an option for them.
If you play sim, you can get in different type of position. Engineering strategies are some, but you cannot forget also the part before that, like the game itself. So there are opportunities now to learn coding. Coding can also help you understand how to create software, and therefore it can be software that could be applied later on into the motorsport world, but you can actually use that and extrapolate and still learning and apply it to any kind of field.
The ultimate goal of the partnership between Kelly Moss and Screen to Speed is to work together and raise awareness with regard to women in motorsports, to bring more women in terms of staffing in motorsports, more women in terms of fans of motorsports, and help to very clearly define a path for women that want to be drivers in motorsports. The car absolutely has no idea whether you're a woman or a man. What the car knows is what responses are there. So there's just the awareness that there's nothing stopping them from being a physical racer.
The adrenaline is the same, because when you are a racer at heart, you want to win. So if that is winning in the digital world or winning in the real world, the feeling is exactly the same. So for me, it's very interconnected. The sound can be reproduced, like there are very good sound systems. The simulator and the games, are so advanced right now that they really give you a very authentic feeling of what it could be looking like if you are in the real race car. One of my motto is definitely for sure to make a day impossible possible. That's what I love to do. Like if there is something that is put out there to me and say, oh, you can never do this, or no, that's impossible, I'm like, let me show you.